Have you ever found yourself lost in thought, trying to decipher your partner's words and actions? Have you felt that uncomfortable sensation that something isn't quite right, but you can't pinpoint exactly what it is? Maybe you've heard phrases that, although seemingly harmless at first glance, left a deep mark on you. These words, spoken casually or in moments of tension, can be warning signs that you can't ignore. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that can transform the way you view your relationships. We'll explore the 6 critical phrases that indicate something is very wrong. Understanding these phrases can be the difference between staying in a harmful relationship and finding someone who truly values and respects you. The journey we're about to embark on is about more than just recognizing the signs of a toxic relationship. It's about overcoming obstacles, finding motivation, and embracing Stoic philosophy to guide your decisions and strengthen your spirit. Get ready, because what you discover might change your life forever. Stay until the end, because these insights are vital. They will not only protect your emotional well-being, but also open doors to a happier, more balanced life. Let's unravel these mysteries together and find the path to true and meaningful relationships. Your happiness and peace of mind are at stake. Let's begin. Let's talk about the power of first impressions. Think about that first date or the first meaningful conversation you had with your partner. Remember how every word, every gesture seemed loaded with meaning? The first impression isn't just about physical attraction or initial sympathy. It sets the tone for the relationship to come. At the beginning of a relationship, we're attentive to every detail. We want to believe we've found someone who understands and values us. But it is precisely at this moment that we must be most alert to the words and attitudes that can reveal much about the other person's true nature. Stoic philosophy teaches us to observe with clarity and without prejudice. Applying this observation at the beginning of a relationship can help us notice warning signs before it's too late. When your partner says something that makes you uncomfortable, it's essential not to ignore that feeling. The first impression is an opportunity to see beyond the surface and better understand who is by your side. These initial interactions are crucial because they shape our expectations and the relationship's dynamics. If you notice signs of disrespect, devaluation, or lack of reciprocity from the beginning, it indicates that these problems may worsen over time. By paying attention to the power of first impressions, you place yourself in a position of control and wisdom. You can make informed decisions and protect your emotional well-being from the start. Don't underestimate the importance of those initial moments. They are the foundation upon which your relationship will be built. Let's move on to the first phrase. I don't need a man. When you hear this phrase, it may seem like a statement of independence and self-sufficiency. However, there's much more underlying these words than meets the eye. When a woman says she doesn't need a man, she's essentially communicating that she doesn't value a male presence in her life. This may be an uncomfortable truth, but it's one you shouldn't ignore. This phrase is a significant red flag because a healthy relationship is based on reciprocity and mutual support. Both partners should feel valued and needed. Feeling needed isn't about creating dependence, but about the desire to contribute to each other's lives, to be part of a partnership where both support and strengthen each other. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught to recognize our intrinsic value and not to depend on external validation for our self-esteem. When someone says they don't need you, they are underestimating the value you bring to the relationship. This creates an imbalance where your efforts, support, and presence are neither recognized nor appreciated. Imagine being in a relationship where your contributions are constantly disregarded. Think about the countless times you strive to do something special, to support during difficult moments, to be a present and committed partner. If these actions are not valued, you begin to feel that no matter how hard you try, it will never be enough. This can slowly erode your self-esteem and sense of personal worth. Being with someone who claims not to need a man can lead to a relationship dynamic where independence is misinterpreted as disinterest or devaluation. True independence in a healthy relationship should come with mutual appreciation and respect. It's not about being needed to fill a void, but about being a complement that enriches each other's lives. Therefore, if you hear this phrase, See it as a sign to reassess the relationship. You deserve to be with someone who recognizes your worth and needs you in a way that values your presence and contributions. This is fundamental to your happiness and well-being. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Find someone who understands that a true partnership is built on respect, mutual appreciation, and the desire to grow together. Now let's move on to the second phrase. You need to change. When you hear this phrase, it feels like a direct criticism of your essence. It implies that who you are is not good enough, and that to be accepted and loved, you need to become someone different. This phrase is one of the most devastating things you can hear in a relationship because it directly attacks your identity and self-esteem. The idea of change in a relationship should always be based on mutual growth and personal improvement. However, when change is demanded unilaterally, it becomes an unbearable burden. This is not about growing together or supporting each other in your individual journeys. It's about molding you to fit an image your partner has of what an ideal partner should be. And this inevitably leads to a feeling of inadequacy. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept ourselves and others as we are, with all our flaws and virtues. True acceptance is the foundation of any healthy relationship. If your partner is constantly asking you to change, she is not truly in love with who you are, but rather with an idea or fantasy of who she wants you to be. Consider the implications of this phrase. When someone tells you that you need to change, they are implicitly stating that you, in your current state, are not enough. This can lead to a spiral of low self-esteem, where you constantly try to be something you are not, just to please or meet the other's expectations. This can be emotionally exhausting and damaging. In a healthy relationship, both partners should support and encourage each other to be the best versions of themselves. But this should come from a place of love and acceptance, not demand and criticism. If you constantly feel pressured to change, it is a clear sign that the relationship is not on the right track. You deserve to be with someone who accepts and loves you exactly as you are. Someone who values your qualities and is willing to grow alongside you without requiring you to become someone different. Your happiness and emotional well-being depend on being in a relationship where you feel accepted and valued for who you truly are. Therefore, if you hear this phrase, consider reassessing the dynamics of the relationship. Do not settle for someone who tries to mold you to meet their expectations. Seek a relationship where there is mutual acceptance and respect, where both can truly be themselves and grow together in a healthy and positive way. Now let's move on to the third phrase. My friends are more important. This phrase is a hard blow to any relationship. When your partner tells you that her friends are more important, she is clearly setting priorities that do not include you at the top. In a healthy relationship, both partners should prioritize each other, ensuring that the bond between them is the strongest and most meaningful in their lives. Hearing that her friends are more important suggests that, in moments of choice or conflict, you will always come second. This not only diminishes your role in her life, but also undermines the respect and importance you should have. A relationship should not be a competition between partners and friends, but an integration where both feel valued and respected. Stoic philosophy reminds us of the importance of knowing where we place our energies and priorities. If you constantly feel that you are competing for your partner's time and attention, this can create an environment of resentment and dissatisfaction. A healthy relationship should be built on mutual support, where both partners feel secure and valued. Imagine what it would be like to live constantly in the shadow of her friends, always waiting for a crumb of attention. This can lead to a deep feeling of neglect and inadequacy. You deserve someone who sees you as a priority in their life, someone who is willing to balance their friendships with the commitment to cultivate a meaningful relationship with you. It is natural and healthy for both partners to have friends and spend time with them. However, when this balance tips in such a way that you feel left out, it is a clear sign that something is wrong. Friends are important, but a loving relationship should be the strongest foundation in both partners' lives. Therefore, if you hear this phrase, consider the impact it has on the dynamics of the relationship. You deserve someone who makes you a priority, who values the time you spend together, and who sees your relationship as something worthy of their time and effort. Don't settle for less than that. Seek a relationship where the balance between friendships and partnership is maintained with respect and consideration, ensuring that both feel important and valued. Now let's move on to the fourth phrase. I'm not ready for a relationship. This phrase is one of the most revealing about your partner's emotional and mental state. When she says she's not ready for a relationship, she's communicating that she's not willing to commit in the way that a healthy relationship requires. This can be due to a variety of reasons: other priorities, emotional baggage, or simply a lack of interest in you. Hearing this can be painful, especially if you have already invested time and emotions into the relationship. However, it is vital to accept this statement for what it is: a clear indication that she is not on the same page as you. Insisting on continuing this relationship in the hope that she will change her mind can lead to a lot of frustration and suffering. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept reality and focus on what we can control. If your partner is not ready for a relationship, this is not something you can change. Forcing a situation will only create more tension and dissatisfaction. It is better to accept the truth and make decisions that protect your emotional well-being. Imagine being in a relationship where you are constantly waiting for the other person to be ready to commit. This waiting can be exhausting and emotionally draining. You deserve to be with someone who is as committed and enthusiastic as you are. Someone who is willing to invest time, energy, and emotions to build something meaningful together. When someone says they are not ready for a relationship, it is a sign for you to reassess your expectations and consider what you truly want for your love life. A relationship needs two fully committed people who are willing to face challenges and grow together. If she is not ready for this, it is better to move on and find someone who is. Therefore, if you hear this phrase, see it as an opportunity to reflect on what is best for you. You deserve a partner who is ready to share life with you, who sees a future together, and who is willing to work on it. Your happiness and peace of mind are more important than waiting for someone who is not ready to commit. Find someone who is on the same wavelength as you and values the relationship as much as you do. Now let's move on to the fifth phrase. You don't make enough money. This phrase is particularly painful because it directly touches on your self-esteem and the value you feel in yourself. When your partner says that you don't make enough money, she is essentially saying that your financial contribution is more important than your qualities as a person. This reveals a superficial and materialistic view of the relationship, where a person's value is measured by the size of their bank account. This mentality is destructive and disrespectful. It ignores all the other qualities you bring to the relationship: your character, your loyalty, your capacity to love and care. A healthy relationship is built on a foundation of mutual respect and appreciation for the intangible qualities each person possesses. Money can provide comfort, but it cannot buy true love, respect, or lasting happiness. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what is within our control and to value internal virtues above external possessions. Your worth as a person should not be defined by how much money you make, but by the kind of person you are, your integrity, your effort, your kindness. When someone fails to see this, they are missing a fundamental part of what makes you a great partner. Imagine living under constant pressure to meet someone else's financial expectations. This can lead to immense stress and a persistent feeling of inadequacy. You deserve to be with someone who recognizes and values your intrinsic qualities, someone who looks beyond the material and appreciates who you are as a human being. If your partner is focused solely on the financial aspect, she is disregarding the most important things you offer. A relationship based on material values is fragile and superficial. You deserve something deeper, more genuine. You deserve someone who stands by you through the highs and lows, who values your effort, and who is willing to build a life with you regardless of financial circumstances. Therefore, if you hear this phrase, seriously consider the impact it has on your self-esteem and the dynamics of the relationship. Do not settle for someone who measures your worth by the money you make. Find someone who appreciates your qualities and is willing to build a life based on love, respect, and mutual support. Your emotional well-being and happiness are far more valuable than any amount of money. Now let's move on to the sixth phrase. I don't trust you. This phrase is devastating because it strikes at the foundation of any healthy relationship: trust. When your partner says she doesn't trust you, she is undermining the very basis upon which any meaningful relationship must be built. Without trust, there is no security, no stability, and every interaction becomes potentially laden with doubt and suspicion. Trust is essential for both partners to feel safe and supported. It is what allows you to be vulnerable, to share your hopes, dreams, and fears without fear of judgment or betrayal. When this trust is broken, whether by past behaviors or the partner's insecurities, the feeling of always being watched and judged can be incredibly draining. Stoic philosophy reminds us of the importance of trust and integrity. A healthy relationship should be a safe harbor, where both partners fully trust each other. If your partner is constantly questioning your actions, checking your phone, or doubting your words, it demonstrates a profound lack of respect. This constant need to justify every move can be exhausting and detrimental to your mental health. Imagine living in a constant state of alert, always trying to prove your loyalty and honesty. This can erode your self-esteem and make you feel inadequate, no matter how hard you try. Distrust creates a toxic environment where love and respect are replaced by doubts and accusations. You deserve to be in a relationship where trust is a given, not an exception. If you hear this phrase, it is a clear sign that the relationship needs to be reassessed. Without trust, the relationship is doomed to collapse under the weight of suspicions and uncertainties. You deserve to be with someone who fully trusts you, who values your honesty, and who is willing to build a partnership based on mutual respect and unwavering trust. Therefore, if this phrase comes up, deeply consider the impact that the lack of trust has on you and the relationship. Do not settle for a relationship where you are constantly questioned and doubted. Seek someone who values trust as much as you do, and who is willing to invest in building a solid and secure foundation. Your peace of mind and happiness are fundamental for a healthy and lasting relationship. Recognizing these warning signs in a relationship is just the first step. The real challenge lies in overcoming them, finding the strength and courage to act for your well-being. Overcoming starts with accepting reality and making a conscious decision not to settle for less than you deserve. It's a journey that requires introspection, resilience, and a strong sense of self-worth. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful guide for this journey. The Stoics teach the importance of focusing on what is within our control and accepting what we cannot change. Applying these principles can transform how you handle emotional challenges and difficult relationships. First, it's essential to recognize your intrinsic value. You deserve to be in a relationship where you are respected, valued, and loved for who you are. If these warning signs are present, it's a clear indication that your well-being is at risk. It's not about blaming the other person, but about understanding that you have the power to choose what is best for you. Overcoming also involves building a support system. Talk to trusted friends and family, seek advice, and if necessary, consider professional help from a therapist. Sharing your experiences and hearing different perspectives can provide clarity and strength to make difficult decisions. Additionally, take care of yourself emotionally and physically. Practice self-compassion and engage in activities that bring joy and peace. Meditation, physical exercise, and hobbies can be effective ways to restore your emotional balance and strengthen your resilience. Overcoming is not an instant process. It is a continuous journey of personal growth. Learning to set healthy boundaries and communicate your needs assertively are essential skills you will develop along the way. Every step you take toward overcoming is a step toward a more balanced and satisfying life. Finally, remember that every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Stoic philosophy teaches us to see adversities as valuable lessons that strengthen us. By overcoming these difficulties, you become more resilient and better prepared to build healthier and more rewarding future relationships. The path to overcoming is about getting up, even when it feels difficult, and continuing to move forward toward a better future. You deserve happiness, respect, and genuine love. By recognizing these warning signs and taking steps to protect yourself, you are taking the essential first steps to achieving a fuller and more gratifying life. We have reached the end of this journey of recognition and overcoming. We have recapped the 6 critical phrases that signal it is time to reassess your relationship. I don't need a man. You need to change. My friends are more important. I'm not ready for a relationship. You don't make enough money. And I don't trust you. Each of these phrases is a clear sign that something is profoundly wrong in the relationship dynamics. Identifying these signs is the first vital step. Overcoming involves recognizing your worth, setting healthy boundaries, and making courageous decisions to protect your emotional well-being. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept reality with serenity and resilience. Use these principles as a guide on your journey. Now it is time to act. Reflect on the relationships in your life and ask yourself if any of these signs are present. If they are, deeply consider the impact they have on your self-esteem and happiness. Do not settle for less than you deserve. Seek support from friends, family, or professionals to help you make difficult decisions. Your happiness and emotional well-being are fundamental. By taking control of your love life, you open doors to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Relationships based on mutual respect, trust, and genuine appreciation are the key to a balanced and happy life. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who values, respects, and appreciates you for who you are. Do not ignore the warning signs. Your happiness and well-being depend on your choices. Have the courage to leave behind what does not serve you and seek what elevates and helps you grow. Thank you for following along. If these lessons have been useful to you, share your reflections in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content that helps you grow and live a fuller and more conscious life. Stay strong, be wise, and protect your heart. You deserve the best, and with these tools, you are on the right path to achieving it. Thank you for joining us on this stoic journey. Remember always, the power to shape our happiness lies in our own hands, and through the constant practice of virtue and understanding of the things within our control, we can find peace and fulfillment. Keep exploring the depths of Stoicism in your daily life. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with others who might benefit from Stoic wisdom. Until next time, may Stoic wisdom light your way.